Good evening. Positive anything is better than negative nothing, once said by Albert Hubbard. Welcome to BMC News Live, presented by Al Hilal Hospitals and Medical Centers English News. Myself, Shana Sultana, joining you with the daily news updates. Today's headlines.
Major projects in the pipeline to tap the dynamic oil and gas sector. Education Ministry announced the extension of the registration for new students. Saudi Arabia to ban outdoor work for 3 months from June 15. Saudis now can renew national ID online via Upshare. Oman announced electricity tariff reduction.
Today's news in detail. Keeping history alive with artistic replicas. History buffs can now get a feel for Stone Age tools thanks to a Bahraini historian who had handmade crafts and replicas of the same material used to create the 1,000-year-old objects. Mahmoud Baklawa recently exhibited the replicas in a solo exhibition titled Dilmun, the Holy Land, running alongside the GCC Society for History and Archaeology conference. Major projects in the pipeline to tap the dynamic oil and gas sector. Bahrain has major projects in the pipeline to tap the dynamic oil and gas sector to strengthen the national economy. It has been declared. They will also give a new impetus to the success of the kingdom's economic recovery plan. Oil and Gas Holding Company Chairman His Highness Sheikh Nasser bin Hamad Al Khalifa said yesterday. The Information and E-Government Authority IGA is calling citizens and residents to use the range of e-services available on the national portal Bahrain.bh while getting ready for their summer plans. Or Hajj travelers are reminded to check the validity of their ID cards, which can easily be renewed a month in advance via Bahrain. Al Hilal Hospitals and Medical Centers Bahrain's COVID updates.
COVID updates brought to you by Al Hilal Hospital and Medical Centers.
Tender board to auction off livestock. An auction will be organized through the tender board to sell livestock, including sheep, goats and cows. The animals have been used at Al Hamala Scientific Research Station, said Works, Municipalities Affairs and Urban Planning Ministry Under Secretary Dr. Khalid Ahmed Hassan. A number of doctors have stressed the Health Ministry's commitment to provide all services and integrated healthcare to inmates at the reformation and rehabilitation centers to protect their lives and safety and contribute to promoting human rights. They said the service provided to inmates is carried out by qualified medical staff around the clock. Education Ministry announced the extension of the registration for new students. The Education Ministry has announced the extension of the registration period for new students born between September 2015 and August 2016 wishing to enroll in the first grade of primary school for the 2022 to 2023 academic year over a 12-day period as follows: from today to Thursday, July 4 to 7 and from August 1st to 4th at Al Wadi Al Sail Primary Intermediate Boys School from 8 a.m. until noon. Parents are requested to accompany their children. Industry, Commerce and Tourism Minister Zayed Al-Zayani headed Bahrain's delegation taking part in the 12th Ministerial Conference of the World Trade Organization WTO being held in Geneva from yesterday to Wednesday. The minister stressed the importance of the multilateral trading system and Bahrain's support to it. Now we shall go for a short commercial break.
All your favorite products under one roof in Bahrain at 27-year-old Megamart and Macromart. Bakery, fresh meat and fish, fruits and vegetables, sweets and snacks, ready-to-eat foods, dairy products, grocery or consumer goods. Megamart and Macromart, full of goodness.
Welcome back. Communities honor acts of kindness done by a social worker. Big-hearted Syed Hanif's charitable endeavors have been acknowledged with a string of community accolades and a massive vote of thanks from the many thousands of people whose lives he has touched. The Indian expatriate from Tamil Nadu, who has lived and worked in Bahrain for more than 25 years, has recently been named Best Social Worker along with 3 other awards. It is believed that more than 50,000 people in the kingdom have benefited through 1,000 days non-stop distribution of food items and safety materials from the Lights of Kindness initiative, which he started in March 2020 to help families struggling when the COVID-19 pandemic struck. Reaching out a helping hand continues under the scorching summer sun in remote work sites or on chilly winter days. Syed Hanif has been going to with his team all around Bahrain, all across Bahrain, to continue providing assistance to low-income workers. The non-registered group passes on donations of staples like semolina, lentils, rice, tea, flour, salt and sugar, often repacking wholesale quantities for distribution, and donates safety materials and bus cars too. Mr. Syed Hanif received the Best Social Worker Award at a celebration conducted by the Padav family community and awarded the Social Service Award by the Annai Tamil Mandram, which represents the Tamil community in Bahrain. Last week, Mr. Hanif was also presented with the Udaya Geetham Tamil Friends and Purna Corporation Appreciation Award at Ban Saint Thai Restaurant, Adliya, and a Lights of Kindness Appreciation accolade from the African community SRA at Al Manzil Hotel, Jafar, for support shown during the pandemic. East Rifa Road Network revamp work completed. The road network located at Block 917 in East Rifa in the southern Gonerate has been revamped. The tender board has awarded the project to Al Dor Excavation and Building Contracting for 735,175 BD. Saudi Arabia to ban outdoor work for 3 months from June 15. The Ministry of Human Resources and Social Development MHRSD is scheduled to start applying the ministerial decision number 3337 issued on 15th 7435 Hijri stipulating the ban on working under the sun to all facilities of the private sector. The ban will come into force as of Wednesday, June 15 between 12 noon and 3 p.m. and the decision will continue to stay in force till Safar 19/1444 Hijri corresponding to September 15, 2022. The ministry called on employers to organize working hours and implement the decision to limit vocational injuries and diseases to improve productivity where violations of the decisions can be reported through the Unified Customer Service number 19911 or through the ministry's application available on smartphones. The ministry also published the procedure manual for health and vocational safety to prevent the dangers of being subject to the sun and heat stress on its websites for employers. Airlines to compensate in case of loss, damage or delay of luggage in Saudi Arabia. The General Authority for Civil Aviation GACA has imposed a financial compensation on air carriers if they delayed, lost or damaged passenger luggages. The air carrier must compensate each customer holding a traveling ticket with a minimum of 1,820 Saudi riyals and no more than 6,000 Saudi riyals for the loss, damage or delay of luggage. The customer who wants to raise the level of compensation because his luggage contains valuable or high value items must disclose to the air carrier of their presence and its value before boarding the plane. Customers must be compensated in the event that their luggage was delayed, equivalent to 104 Saudi riyal for each day of delay and a maximum of 520 Saudi riyals for domestic flights. As for international flights, customers must be compensated with the equivalent of 208 Saudi riyals for each day of delay and a maximum of 1,040 Saudi riyals upon receiving the delayed baggage. The additional pieces must be issued with an identification card by the air carrier and with a separate fee. The air carrier is required to compensate the customer for damage or loss of baggage within 30 days from the date of receiving the compensation claim. Saudis now can renew national ID online via AppShare. The Ministry of Interior has launched a new service that would enable citizens to renew the national identity card through AppShare electronic platform. The new service will be enabled male and female citizens to request renewal of their national ID electronically without the need to visit civil status offices using the latest facial recognition technologies. Male and female citizens can benefit from the services if 180 days or less will remain until the expiry of the national identity card. The beneficiary uploads through his account on AppShare platform a personal photo in line with the terms and requirements of the service and requests that the card be delivered to his address. This service is an extension of the efforts made by the Ministry of Interior to save time and effort of citizens and support the government digital transformation process, which enhances the quality of life and contributes to achieving the goals of Saudi Vision 2030. Oman announced electricity tariff reduction. A reduction in electricity tariffs by 15% has been announced and will be applicable on bills from 1st May to 31st August, Muscat Electricity Distribution Company has announced. The company said the tariff for all consumption slabs will be reduced by 15% for the basic account, 2 accounts or less, for subscribers of the residential category for the summer months from May 1st to August 31st of the year 2022, noting that the tariff reduction will not include consumption before May 1st, 2022. With this, we come to the end of today's news. Stay tuned for daily news updates in BMC News Live English at 7:30 p.m. Thank you so much for watching. Signing off by Shana Sultana. Good night.